Hello, everyone, and welcome to SIG scheduling meeting. Today I have a couple of updates, well, more than a couple, three updates maybe, and I then let you guys ask questions or bring other points. And if we don't have much more, then we can cut the meeting short. So about the updates. One is that we have decided not to move eCache or equivalence cache to beta in 1.11. There are several reasons for this. One is that we are not so confident about the best coverage in eCache. The second reason is that we felt it's not a good idea to move two major features of the scheduler into beta in a single release. The other one that we are trying to move to beta is priority and preemption, and it's not a good idea probably to move both eCache and priority and preemption at the same time to beta. And there is a third reason. The third reason is that we are not so confident about the performance improvements of eCache. We are still working on it. We would like to collect more data, and hopefully we can verify that it actually increased performance and we don't have any problems there. So this is about eCache. If you have any questions, please, about eCache in particular, please ask now. Okay, the second update is that, as you know, I have been working on scheduling framework. I was writing a design doc and I got sidetracked by other things for a while, but this week I was able to find some time. So I added more stuff to the doc, and I feel we are closer to have the first draft of the doc. After I have the first draft, I'm going to share it with select individuals to get initial feedback. And after that, we can possibly go ahead and share it with a larger audience or the whole SIG and other Kubernetes communities. This is about the scheduling framework. There is a third item that I would like to talk about. It's actually of interest of Harry as well. Harry had filed an issue to move one of our priority functions to as a default priority function, and that's image locality. So basically, this priority function tries to put a pod on a node that already has the images for that pod or has the largest number of images for a pod. This is a very important, very important priority function. I would really like to see this to move to the default priority functions. This is going to improve performance in terms of pod startup time, and also could decrease inner cluster traffic. Depending on where the image is fetched, it can actually reduce the traffic from the outside to the cluster as well. So we have seen that this improves performance in Google clusters, internal Google clusters. This is one of the optimizations that Borg does all the times. So we need to definitely move this to default priority functions in 1.11. And since Harry is here, I would like to ask him to put some effort on moving this forward. These are the items that I wanted to talk about. I don't have a whole lot of updates for this week. If you have any questions or comments or points, please go ahead.
Yeah, about the scheduling policy. Just a few updates. I've been working on the design doc, and finally we've agreed to implement it as an admission controller. I'm still waiting for the final review from you, Bobby, and I'm still working on a few items, but hopefully I want this to get merged by the end of the week, if it's possible.
Oh, sure. Yeah, sorry, I have been a little busier than usual recently with a lot of other small things going on, but I will try to review that document soon. Hopefully this week. I mean, tomorrow. So that's one thing. And then the other thing that I go along with the same thing that I wanted to mention is that I recently get a lot of requests for reviews. This is way beyond what I can actually review. Maybe this is because we are closer to the code freeze, but if you have something that is needed for 111 and you want me to review it, please ping me on Slack or elsewhere. I know, Yasin, you have already done that, and I apologize for not getting to it, but I will try to get to it.
Great, thank you.
I'm just wondering, any updates on the gang scheduling thing?
Yes, we have discussed gang scheduling as well. I don't think Klaus is here, so there is not a whole lot of progress in that area. We still are thinking about basically considering all the requirements, finding all the requirements and considering all the possible solutions to address them. There are various things that we are considering, going with the default scheduler, creating a separate scheduler, separate controller, and a lot of these ideas. Some people believe that we may not even need gang scheduling since we have autoscaler and it can't possibly work with autoscaler. So we have a lot of different things that we would like to narrow down and get to it. So far, we think we still need gang scheduling. It's not like autoscaler is the solution for everything. We would like to have it, but whether we are going to have it in the scheduler or what kind of requirements we have. As an example of requirements, I can point to whether we should support heterogeneous pods to be in a gang, or what we should do about the types of objects that we are going to support. We discussed it last week as well, and things of that sort. These we would like to, of course, have all the features in place, but it's often difficult to decide which ones to start with. We cannot have all the features in the first version. So we are still in that phase.
Sure, but where are these discussions?
They have been kind of random here and there. We have had some meetings with some individuals inside Google. We have had some discussions over mailing lists with Klaus. We have had some discussions in the design doc that Klaus has written. So there has been kind of scattered.
Okay, sure. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Is there any other questions?
So Bobby, I have one.
Yes.
I'm not sure if I missed it. So what about equivalence cache? Are we planning to graduate it or?
Yeah, maybe you joined us a little late. So
Yeah.
I mentioned it earlier. So equivalence cache, we decided to not move it to beta in 111.
Okay. All right. Thanks. I was just curious. Thank you.
Yeah. So you can, after the meeting, I will try to upload the video after the meeting. You can go back and see why.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi.
Yes.
Sorry. I'm new around here. I was wondering if there are any help wanted issues. There are only a couple of help wanted issues that seem to already be taken, and was wondering if other people had some help wanted issues that a new contributor might be able to do.
Yeah, we are actually, Jonathan is not here today, but Jonathan and I were thinking about going through some of the issues that we have. We have a lot of issues in scheduler. They are not necessarily marked as help wanted, but we feel some of them can be marked help wanted. We want to go through some of those and find and label them properly with help wanted. We will try to do that soon. But you also feel free to go ahead and look at some of the issues under SIG scheduling and see if any of them interest you. And you can take them.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Is there any other questions? All right. Any more questions? 1, 2, 3. So we can then call, we can basically make this meeting short, and I'll see some of you guys next week. Thank you. Bye.